Yep. Good morning, everyone. So, yesterday we started discussing about Bootstrap. Have you tried CSS keyframes? Um, have you done? Have you created any designs? Anything reasonable, sensible animations you able to create? Uh, so, by using keyframes, I asked you to try some designs now. That website I given, anything you able to replicate exactly like that, able to design them exactly like that. So because if you can practice them, then it is easy to handle. Next, we are going to see how do we work with Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, we are going to see Bootstrap classes and attributes. Classes and attributes. So for that, generally, so some already we discussed. I will just give a fast overview for that. Like to enable Bootstrap, we have to set up. So to enable Bootstrap, we need to set up the environment like this. So this is our page. Recent. Yep. So first, to use Bootstrap, only one extra thing we have to install. jQuery. Is it installed? Yeah. We have Bootstrap icons, another one jQuery. Once you installed, I will create a separate folder, Bootstrap examples, and here I will add index.html, and here we will design a page, some index. Okay, and to use complete Bootstrap in our project, so here we have to link. Suppose I am writing here Bootstrap heading, and I defined a paragraph component library for building effective UI. Okay. So you see, generally the page looks like this. So that is the page. Now we will enable Bootstrap in this. For that, to enable Bootstrap, we have to link two files, relation style sheet, href, node modules in that Bootstrap dist CSS bootstrap.css. Okay. Next, we have link relation style sheet, href. This is node modules, bootstrap icons, font, bootstrap icons.css. Now, in this, we have to set up in the bootstrap icons. In body section, we need a script. Script source is equal to node modules, first jQuery dist jQuery.js. For CSS, there is no order, but for Bootstrap, we need to maintain the order. JavaScript actually. First jQuery, after that. So script source in node modules, Bootstrap, dist, JS. In that Bootstrap bundle.js. Actually, this Bootstrap bundle will provide access to all components in Bootstrap except one component. For that, we need another file called popper. As of now, this is enough. You see now, once I link the Bootstrap, automatically page appearance changes. What changed? Font style changed. Margin indentation changed. That means Bootstrap is already having some effects which will be applied automatically. Some effects are automatically applied. That's the reason you people faced one problem. We learned field set, field set and legend. When you use Bootstrap, field set and legend will not look like field set, because Bootstrap have a different appearance for field set. It changes the appearance. So then you have to manually control it. You have to manually design. I will show that. So whenever we are using Bootstrap, Bootstrap automatically applies some effects to the contents. So Bootstrap is going to automatically apply some effects to the content. Those effects are internally applied. Now we write the tag, automatically it will get an effect. For example, you see, suppose we have a data list. In that we have a data term and say name and data definition, some name, some Nike casuals, like this. We have some price and data definition, some price, and you can see automatically terms and definitions will look like this. Terms are automatically bold, definitions are bold, normal. There is some gap between terms and definitions. So automatically some effects are applied. So Bootstrap is having some ready-made effects which are applied. Now, actually, we want the effects to manually apply and change. So for that, ready-made classes will be there. So first point is Bootstrap provides type selectors which apply styles for elements automatically when linked to HTML page. When linked to HTML page. So type selectors will apply styles for elements automatically when linked to HTML page. Now, we want some additional effects. For that, we need to learn some classes. So Bootstrap provides predefined classes and attributes to control elements. To control the elements, it will provide some predefined classes and attributes. Actually, what is difference is classes so comprises of styles and attributes comprises of logic. So logic is defined through attributes and styles are defined through classes. Bootstrap provides classes, as well as attributes. We will see how to use them. Logic means it will have certain functionality. So Bootstrap have both classes and attributes. Now we will see how to use the classes and attributes. So first we will see the same thing what you learned in CSS with Bootstrap, how to apply them. So first what you have to learn is Bootstrap container classes. First we will see Bootstrap container classes. In Bootstrap, what are the various container classes and how to use them? Actually, container is used to keep content with margins and padding. Container is used to keep content with margin and padding. And important, Bootstrap have default containers for various devices. For various devices, it has some default containers. What are those? Actually, we have dot container. So this is good for mobile devices. We have container SM. This is good for tab like device. So tablets, right? So tablet like tab like devices, tabs. So we have container.lg. This is for desktop. For desktop, we have LG. Container.xl. So this is for laptop. Actually it is up to 1200 pixel. So we have container.xxl, and this is for laptop. This is up to 1600 pixel size. Some laptops have large width, more than 1200. And we have container fluid. This is responsive. Responsive means it will adjust according to device. So according to device, if you want to adjust your content, so put that in containers. So that is container fluid actually. So you see these containers have by default margin and paddings. Suppose I am applying here. When we applied responsive means, responsive means it will change according to device. You see here, let's open. This is the page. It actually looks very corner left margin. So what we do is we are just applying to the body. In the body, all this content is present. To the body, I am applying a class container, and automatically you see its width adjusts a lot of left padding, right padding will be there. So that is suitable for mobile like screen. This much gap we don't want for normal screen. So we use like container fluid. That means it will adjust according to the device. According to browser, according to device, it will fit accordingly. So it depends. If you are targeting specific, then you can use these classes. If you want to adjust according to device, then better use a container fluid, right? These are for contents that you keep in a page. For that we use containers. Next important, we have Bootstrap have so classes for box model. What are box model attributes? Box model attribute means margins, padding, border, margins, padding, border, what else? Width and height, and what else? Border radius. Border radius is rounded border. This all comes under which category? Box model. And for that we use attributes. But now in Bootstrap we have classes. So for example, what are the classes in box model? Let's see. In box model, first we have margins. For margins, we have a class M. M for margin. This is all directions. Margin all directions. If you want, you can use M. We have MS. This is left. Margin left. Actually, S is start. We have ME. That is end. End means this is right. So this is end. Actually, in currently which version of Bootstrap we are learning? 5. The current version of Bootstrap is 5. But in companies still they are using Bootstrap 4 or 3 versions. Currently latest version is 5 and we are using 5. And companies, some projects are still in 3 also, several projects. So what one major change happened in the names is earlier we used to have ML for left, MR for right. Now left and right are changed to start and end. So that is one change in old version and new version in the names, right? So many other changes are there, I will tell. So we have to use MT for top and we have to use MB for bottom. These are the margins. Now actually margin have one more important is we have to define the margin breakpoints, we call them as breakpoint. Breakpoint indicates dot M and hyphen in the curly brace we have to write breakpoint. So this breakpoint is nothing but, so it is size for margin, so which can be 1 to 4. The breakpoint for margin is size and size can be 1 to 4. That means what you can give M-4. That means 4 points. 4 points actually it is very less, but if you are satisfied with it, that is enough. If you are not, you can write your own margins. By default, it will give 4 max. Suppose I will have to give margin top 4, then what we have to use MT 4. So margin left 3, some MS 3, like this we have to give. These are the margin values. Values you can give from 1 to 4. So top, left, right margins, right? That is actually the margins breakpoint. Breakpoint is how much? Size. So see now here, suppose I want some gap from the top. Then for this heading, you can apply a class called MT, margin top as 4. Then you can see some gap will come. Maximum 4 only I can give. You don't have any value like 8, 9, it's not there. Only you are having maximum up to 4. If you want more, then see here, I am writing a style. So we are writing a style. And what is the class? Margin top. Which one? 4. So here we given margin top 200 pixel I am writing. And you can see it is not changing. You can see like suppose I am using some 400 pixels. It's not changing. Actually, Bootstrap allows customization. Bootstrap allows customization, means you can make the changes, but only few classes allow modification. Some classes are fixed. Their size, what is defined, you cannot change. You cannot change. In that case, what you have to do is manually apply your effects. If a class is allowing to change, you can change, right? So I will tell you while discussing the classes, which classes you cannot change, we cannot modify. One is margins and paddings you cannot modify because they already have some size. They are already configured with size. We cannot make any change. So no changes. But we can make changes. How we can make changes? For example, you see container fluid. So I am writing dot container. What is it? Fluid. Container fluid, I am giving some border as 2 pixel solid red color. Here I am giving. You see it is there. That means we can add the effects. For this container fluid, margin is 100 pixel, all directions. It is working fine. Right? That means if anyone asks like, can't we modify Bootstrap? You can modify Bootstrap. But all classes are not allowed for modification. The especially classes which have fixed size, like M4, P4, padding 2, already they have some size. We cannot modify them. So if you want, then you have to manually apply, right? So as of now, this is margin. I'm giving margin top. Suppose I want this class as margin S as 2, some space from the left, right? This also class margin S as 4, its adjustment you can. This is usually margins. Margin we can apply by using this. I will just copy all of them at a time, right? Here I will give simple copy. So these are the margins. So syntactically, we can define for a div, we have a class. So that is MT3. So MB3 and MS2 and ME2. Like this we can define. Margin left and right. So margin top and bottom, how to define. Or I can give a class like M4. That is all directions it will keep for. That's how we can set the margin. Now in the margins, so when you are defining the breakpoint values can be how much? 1 to 4. Breakpoint is related to what? Size, how much margin you can define. Same thing, padding. So concept of padding also same. Padding is defined by using the class P. P is all directions. You have PS, PE, we have PT and PB. So that is directions. And breakpoint is same. Breakpoint is we have paragraph. So dot p hyphen, and you have to mention size. Size from 1 to 4. This is also same concept. So now if you want to apply margin, you want to apply padding, it's very easy and fast. You can just apply by using the classes M and P. That is for padding. Next, we have border. Border is also simple. We have class border, and we have border. So size, breakpoint is border size. And the size can be from 1 to 3. Maximum only 3 values you can define. And border have contextual. Contextual means color. Color can be like primary, like danger, like warning, like info, like success. So dark, light. These are the contextual colors. So border have border size, border contextual. So for margin classes, for padding classes, and for border classes. And we have classes for radius. So border radius. Border radius classes, you can apply rounded. You have rounded and size. Size same from 1 to 3. And we have like rounded circle, and we have like rounded pill. These are the options we are having. Actually, they are different shape. That is the border. So we have margins, we have padding, border, and border radius. Now let's see how we can apply them. So let's take some paragraph or content. So I'm adding here some paragraph. So let's copy a paragraph here. And in this paragraph, P. And for this paragraph, we want to apply some styles. So that is the paragraph we are having. And the paragraph looks like this. And for paragraph, we want to apply some styles. You see now we are using the class border. Border will keep a border, but it's very thin. You can't see it clearly. There is a thin border. We need to apply size, then border size 3. The size thickness will little increase. And here we need to apply some color. Then we can apply border as primary. That is the contextual. We have like border dot danger. So that it will be color. And we want some margin. I will give empty 2, margin top 2. We want some padding left and padding top. So then we will use PS3. Only left padding is there. We want top padding also, then PT2, then top also padding. So we want PB some 2, padding bottom 2. or you can simply apply P4 or 2, all directions it will apply. That is the padding border. Suppose we are having an image here, image source, it is in public images. So we have some ASP.jpg. This image is having width 100 or 200. Okay. Height 200. This is an image. For this image, you see, I'm simply applying a class. We have given rounded, and a rounded, so will come little curved. And I will give here rounded as 3. That means size little increases. Or I will give rounded circle, and you can see it will be like this. We will have some rounded pill, so it will be in this way. But for pill, width must be there. So if you adjust the width more it should have 400, then pill style will come. So circle, pill, this depends on so the width and height. So here I defined so rounded circle. So we are using circle like this. We are having border. So border some 2, and border as dark. Dark is some black color border will be applied to that here. Now, for example, for image padding is set to 3, then you see some gap. Padding is set to 2 or 1, it will see some gap. These are all the options that you can configure for the images, right? So this is all box model related options. In box model, we have this. Actually, we also have width and height. Width and height is simple. We can define W for width, and we have W with a breakpoint. Breakpoint can be so width from, so width breakpoint can be few only. We have 25, 50, 75 and 100. That's only the breakpoint. Others not there. That means you cannot have 30, 40. You cannot have 70, 90. Only these you can give as width. Height also similar. Height also similar. What is the height? It is defined with H. So H and breakpoint. So it can be from, so it is 0, and it is 25, it is 50, and it is 100. So height 25, 50, 100. There is no 75. Only these options you can define. That is how we can adjust the width and height, right? For any content. So actually, suppose for this paragraph I am giving the width and height W50. That means it will be 50%. So I given as 70. So there is no 70. Right? You can give only these values. Either you can give 25, or you can give 50, or you can give 100. 75, or you can give 100. 100 means correctly fit to that window. That's width and height you can configure. Let me copy this example. And these are the options. This is example for width and height. These are all the classes related to which one? Box model. These are all the box model classes, right? Next important. So what you are learning here is how you can fastly apply speed. With speed, you can apply the effects for HTML. Because now you don't need to write everything. You need to just apply the class. Similarly, now we have bootstrap classes. Which classes? These are bootstrap position classes. We learned bootstrap all box model, positions, backgrounds, and all these things. For position, ready-made classes are present. What are the ready-made classes is? So for position, we have position static, and we have position absolute, we have position relative, and we have position fixed, and we have position sticky. No need to explain what the meaning of these positions. You know already. Just you need to apply that by using these classes. So without writing much logic, you can easily apply. For example, see, so how to apply these positions? All these positions we are defining like this. So I will create a simple one. Okay, so here I am defining some, I think image is there now. So I will remove this paragraph. We have an image. For this image, I'm having the width and height some 100. A small image is present here. I want to keep this, so right side corner, right side top corner, bottom corner somewhere. So then you need one more classes. What is those? Because when you are applying position absolute, you need to tell left how much, right how much. So we have start, we have end, we have top, and we have bottom. Right? And actually start, end, top, bottom. What are the values you can give is the breakpoint. They have start breakpoint. It can be 0, it can be 50, or it can be 100. So 0, 50, 100, only these are allowed. Top also same, 0, 50, 100. All are allowed with only these three values. These are the values that you can define for start, end, top, and bottom, right? So now you see position classes, how to apply. I want to keep it right side corner. Then for this, already classes are there. We have to apply the class position. Position what? Fixed. We have absolute fixed. And we have top as 50. And we have right. So right is end as 0. And 0. That means it will be here. So it is top. This is the original size, right? That is top 50 right here. You want top, so 0. Then it will be top 0. Right? You can keep the position where you want. So here, suppose we are giving some end at 10. It will not be there. Because values allowed only 0, 50, or 100. That's how we can configure. So this is the position, how you can define syntactically same. Suppose we have a div. So class is what? Position. Position what? Position is fixed. And top is 0. And right also 0. Right means end. End also 0. That is how we have to keep the position text. Some div is there. Relative, sticky, all these you learned. Now you can apply them in various places. I will not give any example. You have to try because already we learned. Just apply class. Suppose how you can apply for this some relative actually. Suppose we have a button. So button have a span class bi cart 4. Okay. Another have a span. So this is having some 3. Now you can see this button have a class btn and btn some danger. So or say danger or primary. Okay. Actually, this is the button. Now I want this. So I will just keep a heading position. Okay. Now I want to keep this 3 in some right side corner. Now actually for that what we have to do is for this 3 I'm applying a class called badge. Later I will show you those badge class also. So badge is a class of Bootstrap which is going to apply a different appearance. And BG for background. BG I said danger, background danger. And I am giving here rounded circle. So it will be rounded circle. And I am giving for the button as position. Position was relative. And for that circle 3, that is position. Position is a absolute. And end 0. And top 0. Like this we define. And it will be like this. We will adjust the width of that button W25. So here we will say your cart items. Like this we are defining. It will be like this. We can set with relative to that particular parent and we can define. This you can apply just by using these ready-made classes, right? Already we know that by using style, but now we are applying by using this position class. So we have position classes. Okay, next we have another important in the classes. We have display classes. Bootstrap display classes. In display, what options we are having? Display flex, display inline, display block, right? Display none. Same here. Display classes we have D. So we have D is for display. So we have D flex. We have D inline. So we have like D block. So we have like D. So we have not D. We have display have none. Yeah, none. These are the display options. There is no grid. D grid is not there. But for grid, we have another set of classes which we will use. Directly grid is not there. We have flex, we have inline, we have block, and we have none. Actually, these classes, you have options like, flex, wrap, right? We have flex, no wrap, and we have options like directions. What are those? So flex row, we have flex row reverse. Remember that? We have flex column. We have flex column reverse. These are all flex related options. And we have justify content. So between So justify content evenly. We have justify content center. So between evenly center, we have options like align items baseline. We have like align items center. So we have align items top, baseline, center. These are the options. All these we can apply by using Bootstrap. So already we discussed them, right? We will see how to use them. I will give only one example, because now you have to implement all these classes in your example that you learned. Okay. So I will give one example. Suppose now tell me how to keep this picture center, this content exactly center. So I want that button correctly center on page. Correctly center on page. Then this button is present in a body na. So, or we will do one thing. We will keep in a div. Now what we do is for this div class deflex and justify content. What is it? Center. Align items center. This needs a height na. So height, how much we cannot give directly. We will give style. Height is suppose 500 pixel. Then according to that it will set. So we can adjust accordingly. So just we have to apply these classes: deflex, justify content center, align items center. So for example, we see, I will copy this example. So let's keep this example just for your practice sake. And suppose we are giving other options like cards and all. Suppose we are creating a nav. In this nav, we have some div. So this is home and another div. This is like about. Another div. This is like contact. Usually these are all present one below another. Now what we do is for this, we will keep a class border. So border 2. So we have border primary like this. And we have padding 2. That's like home. And W25. So width 25. We will keep like this. And you see the same class I am applying for all. All are same. And we want some gap between them. Then for everyone, I will give margin 2. Means all directions margin 2. That is margin 2. We need to keep side by side. Just you know what to do. For this now, we have to use the class. What is it? Display flex. That's it. Right. And we need to apply like here, justify content between. Justify content between. Justify content between, that means it is going to add and access space between them. These directly you can apply by using these class names. With the help of these class names, you can apply. So later in our lot of examples, we will design. So we will use these all and we will apply. But this is another example I have to give to you. This is all related to what? Display. But grid is not there. For that, what we have to do is bootstrap grid with row and columns. How to define grid with row and columns? For that, actually, we have class called row, and we have class called call, and we have class called breakpoint. 1 to how many fractions columns you can give? 12. Right? That is. If I don't give call, just size, then this is responsive. This is responsive. The column is responsive. That means it is going to adjust accordingly. Responsive means according to the page width, it will adjust. According to the page width, it is going to change. Now, how to design that? We will see. Because grid is not there. We don't have grid. We need to use these options. Row class and column class. So see now. Suppose I will add another one. So we have option like suppose course details. Okay, so we have a data list, data term, suppose some ASP.NET. So that is like some title. And we have data definition, ASP.NET. Okay. And data term, suppose some fee. And data definition, some fees. And we are adding some like ampersand hash 8377 semicolon, some fee detail we define. So data term. So this is, so we have topics. So data definition, we have some unordered list. So list item, some, this is server controls. So web API, something like this we define. Some MVC, these are. So now usually these will look like this with the terms and definition means the appearance will be in this way. That means you have the term and definitions, but we want side by side. We want to keep side by side. All terms in one column and definitions in another column. Then how do we do? This data list uses a class called row. In that row, this term must be in left column. That means we will apply a class call. Call means it will equally distribute. This is in one column, this is in another column. Huh? All terms in one column. I will add for all terms and definitions. Okay. For all terms and definitions, I will apply the class call. For terms and definitions, I am applying class call. And you can see it divides like this. But what we want here is, the point is, this must be occupying, terms will be 3 columns and the definitions will be 9. All terms will be how many? 3. Definition will be 9. So this is 3 and this is 9. And you can see it is applied like this. We have terms and definitions. All terms left side, all definitions right side. That you can apply that by using this. That's like a grid, right? For that we need to use row and column. Actually, I will show you another point here so that you can understand. Let's say I will copy this example. Let's take a design with some real-time environment. some HDFC bank. You see in this bank, this is HDFC bank. In this, suppose we have some EMI calculator. So we need to design like this. We need to create like that. Right? Then how? That means what are those elements? We have text box. We have text box. We have sliders. We have buttons. Can you tell how many rows and columns are here? 3 rows, huh? 3 rows. 3 columns are there. No, you can't see those 3 columns. Huh? This is the container. This is in the top row. Am I right? This is in the middle row. Right? And this is the third row. This is the third row. And in first row, how many columns? This is 1 column. This is second column, third. Here also 3 columns. Right? Here also 3 columns. We need to design in this way. Last row contains how many columns? Last row contains only 1 column. Right? So here to design like this, it is a combination of grid with rows and columns. So to design like this, let's see. We will go to this bootstrap and I will remove that. Okay. So here I'm adding a div. So class, I'm giving here margin for all directions, padding for all directions, BG suppose white, that is background white, and it is having a border radius. That means what it is? Rounded. Rounded to I'm giving fine. And for this body BG dark I'm giving. Body have background dark. And let's run this here. It will display like this. I'm just keeping that in the container here. Now in the container, surrounded one. Okay. That looks fine. Now in this, we need 3 rows. So div, this will be defined class row. And margin top 3, margin bottom 3. In this row, how many columns are there? 3. This is div. This have class as col. Another div, that is the class as col. Because all columns look even. Huh? So class col. Like this, how many columns you can give? Maximum. Maximum how many columns? 12. No? How many fractions you can give? 12 fractions, right? You can give maximum 12 fractions, 12 columns. Now in the first, so here, so your loan amount. Okay, here I will give a text box. Input type is text. For that size, I will give as 4, right? This is loan amount. For your loan amount, you see here it is having amount you need. I will use the same one. So amount you need. Okay. Amount you need and for how many years. This is amount you need. So for in the next column for input type is equal to text. So size is equal to some 2 and years. So this is amount you need with years and interest rate. Interest rate. We have input type is equal to text and size is 2 and percent I will give here. Now you can see it is going to display that. So we have amount you need and the interest rate and the percent. Amount you need, suppose I'm giving some 6, size to 6. It will adjust some 10. That will be changing. Actually default size will be 30. Default size will be 30. I will just keep up to 20, right? Okay, next. This is one row. Now under that, you need another row. So how do we define div? Class is row. So margin top 3, margin bottom 3. In this, we will define ampersand hash 8377 semicolon starting with 50,000. Okay, we have input type is range. Remembered for this, what is the class we have to apply? Form range. I told you form classes na, and here I am defining same amount. I need to keep this amount. Amount as suppose 1,50,000 or 10,50,000, like this I am doing. That is the first one. But actually, this must not be directly displayed. So in this also, how many columns are required? 3. Class call 1, another one is class call that is 2, and div that is also class call as no call just third one, and here we define in this way. That is the first column. I need this little bit adjustable, so we can keep side by side also. I will keep style width I will give as 200 pixel. That means the range width will be adjusted like this. That is what we are giving. And the range will have class, and we have margin S2, margin E2. So some gap will come. And this is having margin top 4. And this is margin bottom also 4. Margin bottom is 4. And that will be in this way. This is the range. Next what? So I will give width as 150. That looks fine. Okay. Now, why this slider is center? How to keep it in the beginning? Slider man. Slider is defined with min. So 1 and max. Max is 100 and value. Value is 100. Actually, it is not 100. It is minimum is how much? 50,000. Maximum is how much? So 10 lakh we are defining. So this is and value, it should be how much? 50,000, because starting with 50,000, then it will be in this way. Right. So similarly, now I have to copy this. So, and column, yeah, I need to paste that here. This is minimum This is for years now. Min is 1. Max is how much? 5. And value is actually 1. That is from 1. So here we need to give 1 to how many years? So this is 5 years, 1 to 5. So it will be years like this. Next, we need one more row. What is it? One more column. I will copy that. And in this column, so we are giving, so 10.33% interest rate. So this is the width. So 10.33, max is suppose 18.44 like this, and 10.33. And so what we have to define? So 18.44 and percent. That is how you can display the top. Now we need one more button. So that means what we have to add. So after the second row, we need another row and div class as row and margin top 4 and margin bottom as 4. And in this, what to do? Appearance, okay, na? Right? Right. So in this, what we need to apply? Button. So in a div class is what? Call. And here we have to define a button. Class btn what? Primary, and calculate. And it should be right side now. That means in the column, we will put alignment text end. Text end means right side will come. Calculate. We can keep anywhere. Suppose text center. So this text center will keep center. And for this, so we are defining some, so margin top 3, again, some gap will come. Right. This is the EMI calculator. Suppose now I am giving a heading. So at the top, I'm giving a heading inside this. So heading as EMI calculator. So class text center, and it will keep into the center. We need to define that. So, and margin bottom as 4, then some space it will allow. So this is a simple design for creating such interface. Here, what is the main concept? Arrange everything into rows and columns. Right? Actually, to design this, we need the concept of grids. Right? Instead of using the grid, we are using what? We are using the concept of row and column, because there is no grid concept at all. There is no grid concept. We don't have de-grid like option. We have to arrange everything with row and column. Right? Is it clear? So this is one example. Let me copy that. This is the example. Actually, in JavaScript, we will make it work. Here we are designing. In JavaScript, we will make it work. We can make it functional, actually. Here, what is the speciality of Bootstrap? Bootstrap can create these in such a way that without much JavaScript also we can give a functionality. For example, see here, this CMI calculator I kept in a container. So we have components. I will give list of Bootstrap components now. These are all basic classes. These are all basic classes. Now we will make here another option like components. So Bootstrap components. I will give components separately. because in between I will not add that. Just I will show you, see it. Later I will go into components because some more classes we have to learn. So observe carefully. For this container in Bootstrap, there is a component called, I will keep the class as alert. So we have like alert, suppose light. Suppose you see this is alert actually. That is alert light. Some changes happened here. You can see the colors light option. Actually, alert have success. That means it will be alert success. You see green color text will be there, right? So actually we can define like that, alert success, because background I given white. If I remove the background white now, so alert success becomes like this. So we have alert success. We have alert like danger. And you can see it will be like this. You have alert like warning, and it will be in this way. Actually, what's the speciality of these is you applied some colors and options. Not only that, see, in this alert, I'm having a button. So this button have class btn close, and you can see there is a close button. And see what happens. I will make this alert. There is an alert dismissible. Dismissible means the close button will go right side corner. You can see the close button is here. And very simple actually functionality is on this button click, it should close. We have data bs dismiss. Dismiss is equal to, so it should dismiss alert. Actually, what this attribute will do is when you click on this close, it will close. And it will again open when you load the page. We can put a button. On button click, we can make it open. Right? Then you click on close, then it will close. These are the functionalities through Bootstrap and JavaScript you can apply. This alert and concept later I will tell, right? Because for that we need to learn components. In components, we will discuss about these alerts, how we can do. But what is the advantage of this component? It makes embedded and it allows you to close and handle. You can have multiple like that actually. Suppose this is one alert. This is, so here, this is personal loan EMI calculator. Okay, that is personal loan EMI calculator. I will just give heading 3. That is heading 3. Personal loan EMI calculator is that. Now see what I am doing here is same. I will copy. Suppose there are different calculators, I will copy. So I will copy that. I will keep another. And this one is, suppose this is, so house loan calculator, housing loans calculator, or say, so this is two-wheeler loan calculator. Like that, I am just giving two-wheeler car loan. So many calculators are there. And for this, I will change the colors. This is alert success. Alert success, alert warning. You see, 2 are there now. We have these 2 calculators, personal loan alert. And you see, I close the first one. The second one will go top. Right, I click on this one, then it will come here. So this is a effect created with alerts. These kind of components are important for us, right? So that actually to design these kind of functionality, it will take time, right? So we are just adding ready-made classes. So danger, then it will apply like this, right? So you click the first one, then it is close and this. As of now, to open that, we have to refresh, but later we can put buttons. On button click, they can open, right? So this is what Bootstrap is popular for, right? Bootstrap is popular for making such components. Actually, here I given, so alert, this is component, alert component. For that, we have classes like alert, alert contextual. Contextual means success, primary, danger, warning, info, like this. We have alert dismissible. We have like alert title. We have like alert link. We have like alert text. Title, link, and text. Alert title, alert link, alert text. We have options like one more is, these are attributes. Data, BS, dismiss. Dismiss. Actually, it is an jQuery attribute for close button, for button, to close component, to close any component. Here, which component it is? Alert. It is a jQuery attribute for button to close the component. We use data BS dismiss. So this you can apply for any button, not only for that close button. You can apply for any button. Suppose at the alert, so you have an option, let's say in this button, in the center at the bottom. Yeah, here I added a button. Okay, so here we can use two things. So we can use this cancel, or you can use the close. So I click on cancel, it will close. I click on close, it will close. So these are the alerts actually. So syntactically, how we define is, so for a container, usually we use class as alert, alert dismissible is, and we have alert some danger like this. So inside that we have some button. So class is btn close. And if you want this to close, then we have to use data bs dismiss is equal to alert. That is the button we are having. And here you can have your rest of content that you want inside alert and close. So that is a simple option of working with the alerts. Like this, lot of other components will come. We'll see that. This is a simple component we created, alerts. So sometimes we don't need alert, we need a pop-up, right? Pop-up means it will come outside the screen and it will display. These are all alerts are embedded into the page. This example I will give. Let me copy this example. This is complete example. And in this example, we have created two alerts. Okay. So this is alert component, how to use. Like this, now you have so many components like carousels, nav bars, different. That we'll see next session. First, you need to practice this. Now from hereafter, more complexity will be coming because now we will start programming logics. So many will come, right? In Bootstrap, so many components are there with jQuery attributes that we'll see in next session tomorrow. Okay, right.